Well, hello, my friends, and a big welcome back to A Drill and a Dream. My name is Abby, if you don't know me already, and we are in my new house that is oh so beautiful. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about curtains and window dressings, if you will. I got a bunch of curtains and I want to try them out here on my sliding glass door. So I know here that I'm going to have panel curtain something or another, but I'm not exactly sure what. I'm having a hard time. So I've been here for almost 3 months, maybe not almost 3 months, maybe 2.5. But we haven't had any window dressings in the downstairs, which is kind of a little fishbowl-y, as my viewers tell me quite often. And I agree. Thankfully, I do live on a road that has like almost zero traffic, which is great. And it's a ways off the road too. So I don't think it's like, yeah, you can definitely see inside, but just don't do anything weird, you know? But anyway, I do want to get curtains or shades or something on the windows. My problem is, knowing myself, I'm thinking the chances are very slim that I will close them, but to have at least the option. I really like windows, and so I want to be able to have them open all the way if possible. So like I said, I got a curtain rod for this window, and we're gonna try out a bunch of different curtains, see if any of them I like. But on all of them, obviously, you know, they say, designers say, that you're supposed to have your window curtain rods as high up and as far out as possible or whatever. And my ceilings are so short that you can't really have anything too much higher up, as you can see where I put them in. But I want to at least have the option to have it far out, so that, and it's to make the windows look bigger, but also that way when you have them opened, you can have it not covering up the actual window of it, because I want to have as much sunlight as I possibly can, because I love sunlight. So the biggest thing for me has been trying to figure out, and I still haven't necessarily figured out exactly what I'm gonna do, but trying to figure out where I'm gonna have curtains versus where I'm gonna have shades. And a lot of that has to do with like what's going on in the room and radiators and stuff like that. I don't think that radiators are actually a big issue fire-wise, because that's what I've been told, just it's not actually any fire, and the radiators aren't that hot either. It's just water that runs through them. So I don't think it's a fire hazard by any means to have curtains. It's more just a, I'm trying to figure out what looks best, you know. So I don't know what's clean in this house, but we're gonna do a bit of a walk around and we can talk about what I'm thinking. So this window I want to have, you know, drapes. This window is tough because it's like, it's in the back hallway. There's the radiator right in front of it. I'm partially thinking maybe a shade. So I'm kind of leaning towards, if I found drapes and shades that are a similar vibe, and I can show you the kind of shades that I'm potentially thinking, which are these like roller shades, but they're also really expensive, or more expensive than the curtains. But I know for something important like this, like I'm willing to pay more for them. I definitely think that I want shades here, but what I like about those ones is that they don't take up too much room on the top, because I really don't want the window itself to be covered, which is funny, that's what curtains are for. But when they're open, you know, I want to have as much natural sunlight as I can. So that is why I was leaning for these ones in the kitchen, maybe to have shades, because I don't want the actual fabric kind of hanging down here and in the way. I feel like that would be awkward and messy and not a good idea. The other thing I'm wondering, and you guys are welcome to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but do you need something on every single window? Like, does it look weird if some windows don't have anything? For example, this window in the back that I just showed you, this window right here, there's no reason why I would need anything there. Like, it's to the back of the house, there's nothing going on there. It would never give any sort of a glare. Like, sometimes the sliding glass door will like kind of blind you a little bit if the sun is just in the right place or whatever. This one is not gonna have that issue. So do you think that it would look weird if I just didn't have anything here? Because I feel like that would be the easiest. And if I'm never gonna close it, do I need anything? So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. In the dining room area, I'm leaning towards having, I should be able to have curtains here just fine. And then I definitely want curtains in the bay window, because I think that it will make it look a lot more cozy. Like, I think that that would look better than just having shades. I know that you could have shades and curtains. Is there a benefit to that? I don't know. It seems doubly expensive for no reason to me. But if there is a big benefit that I'm missing, let me know in the comments. I need to buy a, which will be a tricky little number. There are like bay window curtain rods. So it's like one big 3-sided curtain thing. And we'll have to put that up. And I just think, again, I don't want to cover up the windows that much, but I think having that sheet of fabric kind of in these spots will really actually look quite nice and make it so much more warm and cozy. So honestly, guys, I feel pretty comfortable / confident about my ideas for all the places I've showed you thus far. But the one place that I have like the most questioning thoughts about is these 2 windows right here. So out of all of the windows in the house downstairs here, I think that these 2 windows are the most likely to be closed rather often, not like in the daytime, but at night, because when it's dark outside, this is in the living room and it's where, you know, a lot of times I'm sitting at night. So being a place that I'm probably going to be using it, I mean, my first thought was to get shades for here, for these 2 little pull down shades, which also makes sense with the radiator situation. But what I question is, like, does it look too empty, or is it so it wouldn't look that much different than it does now? And is this too empty, or does it need the warmness of the curtains? So, I mean, the options are to just do curtains, but I'm guessing that, so in order to close them, which like I said, I probably would close these, they'd either have to go behind the radiator. I see something stuck behind here now. I don't actually know what that is. I'll have to fish it out. So anyway, they're gonna have to either go behind the radiators or the front of the radiators, which I think either way would look kind of bad. As I'm saying this aloud to you, my feeling is that the best bet might be to do shades, but also have curtains just for looks. So they would go, you know, on the outside here, and they wouldn't so much be closed, but they would add that warmth. I don't want to do that like everywhere if possible, just because, like I said, it is twice as expensive. But I'm wondering if that might be the best bet for these windows, because I want to look with you guys. I mean, it looks nice. It looks nice as it is, but it is also kind of bare. So anyway, that is where we're at. Also, the laundry room was another place that I was like, I don't think I'm gonna put anything. I don't think it's necessary, especially in the laundry room. It's just more like, it's like a working room, and I feel like curtains would be in the way, and I don't feel like they're necessary. So anyway, let's get down to business. I got some curtains and I want to show you them. I want to put up the curtain rod and kind of hang them there. Take a look at all of the options. Obviously, these are not all of the options in the world, but they are 5 curtains that I bought. And we'll see if anything looks like the one. So, I liked the curtains that I had up in my bedroom, the curtain rods. So I got the same ones for this sliding door and then also for Trudy's bedroom. Trudy's my sister, who also lives here. And it was pretty easy to put together. I will put a link below for this curtain rod. I had to get one that was like really big space. Actually, I think that this one is more standard, but I know that the upstairs bedroom ones are quite long. And before now, I already put up the hooks, as you saw. So this should be easy peasy. But I'm really hoping that I did them in an okay placement. At first I was like, okay, yeah, I'll just put it up to the very top of where, what's going on here? Of where you, like, up to the ceiling. because they're supposed to be as high as possible. And of course my ceilings are not that high. But then I realized, you know what, you can't put it all the way up to the top because duh, you have to put the curtain rod in still. I do think though that it's going to make a really, really big difference in the look of the house, because as much as I love the white walls and the wood and everything, it definitely, I mean, it's not super, super whitewashed in my opinion because of all of the wood that we have, but I think just adding a little bit more texture and stuff will be good. That's long enough. And like I said, it's possible that none of these will even work out and we'll do a whole nother batch from Amazon. I got all blackout curtains, and I'm not sure even if that was a good choice, because there are some like shearer curtains that I like, but then I'm like, the point is to stop people from being able to look in. So I don't know that those are going to do the trick as much. And I do want privacy, like, you know, I want to have the option of privacy and also the option of sunlight. I wonder if this is too long. Okay, I took one out, so let's see if this works. I think it should. Yeah. My pencil. Okay, this is gonna be a pain. It's gonna be even more of a pain because out of these 5, at least 4 of them I'm probably gonna have to send back. But this is what you gotta do. So, as you can see, I got some varying colors of creams and taupes, and I did get this green color, which I thought was definitely worth a try. I could see, if I loved it, I could see where having like green curtains could really make a huge, huge difference in kind of just like, I don't know, everything is so plain, which is a-okay with me, but also just adding a little pop of a darker, deeper sort of color. I can see where that might be nice. It's definitely a wild choice, but we'll see. Here. Okay, so here's one of them, and it's funny because well, for one, I was trying to not do this at night, but time got away from me. So here we are at dark times. And it's funny how this one almost gives a little bit of a greenish look to it. And I don't think it really is green, but sometimes these like off, you know, browny, creamy sort of things, I think it's maybe taupe or something. They sometimes really give off green vibes. Okay. I'm gonna put, I think, a panel of everything on this little guy, and then we can take a look. Okay, let's talk about it. Can I just say, at first glance, what I would say is that these green ones are by far the nicest quality, and I think in hindsight, they're the most expensive ones, which makes sense. Oh, well, it's not always that way, but these ones are like heavy duty, and they have the pleated tops, and they have more options. Like they have hooks that you can do, like the little hook and clip thing, so that's an option also, but I just use them with the back parts. So some of them, as you can see, have the like grommets, I think they're called, and some of them have the back slips. And those ones are, yeah, those ones also have the option to do the scrunchy thing, but that's not my favorite look. So we'll put this up and see how we're thinking. Hello. Okay. All three in? No. Okay. 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 Okay, let's take a look. Wow, there is so much to consider. Yeah, I really like these curtains themselves, I think. Obviously, whatever I go with is going to need to be ironed or steamed or something. Which is just a go figure kind of thing, that I would prefer the most expensive ones. But I like this pleat. The pleat is nice. Now let's see, if we close it, it does cover the whole half. It's just the perfect length. I mean, they all pretty much are, but that one is the most perfect. I think any one of them would be perfectly pleasant. Don't get me wrong. But what are we thinking about even colors, you know? Let's take a look of the whole room a little bit better. This room is a total mess, especially now because I have little piles of all of the correct bag to go with the correct panel. But, okay, so this is what we're looking at. Of course, they're all kind of similar. Honestly, these two I think are like one shade off of the same exact thing. When I pulled them out, I was like, I think they gave me the wrong thing because these look identical. And they still look pretty similar, but I think this one's a smidge darker. So what are your thoughts, guys? This to me, I thought I was gonna like these two, the tops of them, but I think they look a little smushy at the top, surprisingly. And I prefer this to these two, I think. These ones are a little bit shorter, it appears, and I feel like that doesn't give off the best feeling for me. These ones are short too. Honestly, this is just a good length. Keep in mind that if I were to do this, where you put the hooks and little hooks and these little circles, that would bring it down even more. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will show you a picture of that option. See, what else is interesting is that on these little grommet ones, I'm pretty sure that's the right word. If not, don't laugh too hard. That brings it up a little bit higher to the ceiling, and I do like that. I do like that as well. So let's have a vote, just for fun, in the comments below. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What do you guys think is your favorite out of these curtains? let me know in the comments below. And keep in mind that that couch is not always going to be green. It's most likely going to be like a brown color. I mean, not that exact couch, obviously, but when I get my new couch, which I have not begun really looking for yet, but most likely I would say it's going to be a brown. Like, I'm thinking hopefully potentially a leather couch, if that works out. What do you think about having like green curtains? Is that crazy or is that a good idea? Because another option is, okay, so say I like that curtain itself, I could try different colors if I didn't want to stick with the green option. Because I know they have different options as well. But it's going to be a totally different ball game. Well, so say it was this curtain. I could have it open and still, like, where it opens is basically the frame. So the window can still be completely open light-wise, which is a win. And you could even make the thing just a little bit longer and have some on the other side, which is another option. So that's where we're at. One thing I would like to do, because I am considering this green option, obviously all of the other ones are pretty basic and would go fine anywhere in the house, I believe. But I wanted to bring this over into the dining room area and see what we thought about it in here. I just now thought about this. We're gonna have some major Christmas vibes over here if we have this maroonish chair with this green thing. I'm not sure how I feel about that in not Christmas time. So I can't see it, so you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. Imagining that over here or even down here. Another thing I'm really concerned about, thoughts about that. So another thing, I'm probably just in your way and you can't see it anyway. Another thing I'm really concerned about is called the cats, because they're not even allowed in my bedroom, but I let them in there sometimes, like when I'm in there, and they are so bad, like clawing at my curtains, and I'm not really cool with that idea. So if you guys have cats and you have any great ideas about how to make them not touch your curtains, let me know. Terrible, terrible. So, again, so that is an option of having maybe these curtains, if these are my favorite, but not having them in green, you know. Here's another option. So, again, I can't see it, so you're gonna have to be my eyes. Tell me what you think about this kind of a option. Yeah. So, and another thing is, like I said, I got all of these blackout curtains. And there is the sheer option. No, but I'm just really not sure. Like I said, if I got the sheer curtains, then I would probably have to do shades as well. And at least the specific shades that I'm looking at are like really expensive. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do your favorite vote, number 1 through 5. Put it down in the comments below. I will remind you in a picture on the screen. I would love to know what you guys think, you know, or if you have a different thought of something that is not pictured. But I'm excited to get going on this process of the whole window treatments, because I definitely think it's needed. And like I've said before, it's one of those things that you don't really think about it until you get it up, and then you're like, oh wow, yes, that was missing. I'm really excited to see all of that come into play. Some of you have been asking about the cats. The cats are doing great. They're getting so big. This is little Gomer. She's feeling a little bit, at night, they get like super playful and stuff, and so they're running all over the house and stuff. They also are very good micers, I've found, which is good and not good. Clive is running away. He's feeling a little camera shy tonight, but sometime I'll show you. He is actually getting really big. He's a big boy. So anyway, that's what's going on here at the house. Super pumped to get this going, and a little privacy in the house, and just starting to feel that homey feel. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will see you guys next time on A Drill and a Dream as we continue this journey, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.